Hey, it is Shit Talk Reviews. Everybody's back again. It feels like the family's all here. It's actually kind of weird. I don't know what to say about it, so I won't say any more about it.
It's good to be back, John.
I'm John.
Derek.
And
David.
This is the normal part where they would say, like, oh, hey, man, it's so great to have you back. You know,
is it?
But
I have a booger in my nose.
Metaphorically, or
No, I really do, and I don't care that Dave's back. I'm really just thinking about this big giant honker that's like clogged up there.
Derek missed me. He'll never admit
No,
it.
I know.
He's happy on
I
that.
really don't. But I did appreciate all of your pictures of you wearing a beret and wearing your tighty whities. It's
Thank
very
you. Yeah, I'm sure.
there's
extravagant
some luscious
Your
photos
entertainment
in there.
at my expense means more to me than you'll ever know.
That's great. That's great. So, David, who are we talking about today? This is your day.
This is the best find I've had since we started this podcast. Name of the band is called Sermon, and I don't even know who the fuck they are because it's hard to find. I mean, you have James Stewart, who is on the drums, and Lawrence Jenner, who is on bass, and we don't know who the singer is.
Well,
he remains anonymous.
We do have a name for him.
Do you?
Yeah, it's him.
Oh, it's true. It is him.
That's the only thing I could find on the interwebs that he goes by. He may not be the one who goes by it, but he is referred to as him.
Correct. Yeah. Their first album came out in 2019, Birth of Marvelous, which is a great album.
Great record.
I went back, I listened to it just to see how it matched up against this one. In my opinion, this one is just better. It's just outstanding. They have that distinctive sound, right? Every song has that distinctive sound, whereas if you heard this band and you follow them, you know it's Sermon. They just have that sound. But I'll let you guys talk. I mean, to me, I can't wait to talk about it. It's phenomenal.
I was a fan. I'm guessing by the look on Derek's face that he was not.
Well, I was going to say that he said my true aim with Sermon is to make extreme ideas listenable. And if that was the intent, then he absolutely did. I would argue that Tool made extreme ideas in mathematics listenable years ago, a very long time ago.
Funny he brings Tool up because the band reminded me of Tool and Alice in Chains.
I'm telling you, when I was thinking of how to verbalize how to describe this band, it was Tool meets The Doors meets Porcupine Tree meets Traverser, a band out of Orlando. So a lot of different vibes in this band.
Yeah, I heard mostly Tool and Opeth. You know, I do know
band.
Porcupine Tree, but yeah, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed the album. The first time I listened to it, the second time I listened to it, I was really sinking my teeth into it, and I did feel as though he's a little bit of a lesser version of Maynard James Keenan. And frankly, what was missing in the band was Adam Jones and Danny Carey. And I struggled to get over that hump once I heard that. And so I think I had said something to you about it before Dave got back. And then I decided to be nice to Dave, even though I don't want to. But he's excited about this record. I gave it another 3 solid listens and came to the conclusion that there are some standout tracks, and there are some tracks that are, and I hate to crap on anybody, but they're poor man's Tool.
Okay, yeah. I definitely disagree. I thought from top to bottom this album was unbelievable. Did you get like a little spiritual sound in this? When him sings, it's more. I thought every song kind of took you on a journey.
Yeah, there's a lot.
It's a lot going on.
There's a lot to this record.
Yeah.
When like trying to come up with descriptives for it, it's complex. On the other hand, there's areas in songs that are very simple. Yeah. There's a lot of power. There's a lot of beauty in it.
Pure emotion. A lot of emotion in these songs.
I really, really like the record. I think it was a solid find. I'm glad you found it.
Yeah.
Derek and I have talked about this over the last 2 podcasts while you were out fucking off and not doing anything for this, media empire we're building.
And that's pretty much what I did.
Yeah, we know. That's not lost on either of us. Asshole.
I have sleep deprivation for picking up the slack.
Yeah.
I mean, there was some 4 a.m. mornings I'm writing reviews while you're off gallivanting around. So I hope you feel good
Yeah,
about yourself.
we've been neglecting our family, friends, and jobs.
Right.
While, you know.
And I appreciate that. Thank you.
Just show it. Just show it, Dave. Get back on the horse, okay? But yeah, great. I see I lost my train of thought. Dave has that effect. All he has to do is come. He's back here for 5 minutes, and it's already gone back to shit.
Can we talk about the fact that as soon as he sits in that chair, he's actually a pleasant human, but as soon as he gets in that chair, he becomes this unlikable prick.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody that I know, once they see him sitting in that chair, they want to light him on fire.
Well, there's the levels. Dave has levels of a dickery. I don't know. He enters the building. He hits level 1. You know, he gets to his desk here at our company. He hits level 2, 3, 4.
Something about this office, though.
But he walks in here.
Yes.
He's at a good 8, 9, 10.
I'm on.
And when he sits in the chair, man, it's just
on. I love
here
this
we
record.
are.
Can we say that the more you listen to it, though, the better the better the album gets?
I would not disagree with that.
It just gets better and better the more I listen to it.
When I was trying... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
When I was trying to find a way to like it more for you, it occurred to me that it's more of an art rock. It's not mathematical the way that Tool is, so I was able to find that differentiation. It is certainly more sinister. Now, it's not as angry. Like, if you listen to Jerk Off by Tool, it is one of the meanest songs. I should play God and just shoot you myself. So that's just pure anger. But there's a sinister overtone to this, and that was where I was able to turn the page away from Tool and say, okay, Sermon can stand alone, because it is a little bit more ghosty. You know, it has that blasphemous feel to it. And then obviously the anonymity that's associated with him is also right there with Papa Emeritus. So I was able to turn the page and get there. There is some degree of similarities to Tool, but it also is much more sinister than what Tool ever did.
I like the ethereal nature of a lot of the record. You know, the really atmospheric layers that he built, the band, built into the songs. I mean, I love good knuckle dragging, heavy chug, stank face riffs. I love them. That's what gets me out of bed in the morning.
You got some of that on this. Like,
there is.
Light the Witch. I mean, just a phenomenal song. Right?
Royal,
another one.
The album comes out hard. So I love that. But I really appreciate the level of complexity that went into this.
Would it take away
it's great.
Its mystery if you knew who was singing? You think because you don't know, and it's powerful as it is with him, it kind of makes it sound more better to you? It does to me, a little bit.
He himself has said that. I think the quote was, he's not interested in sharing who he is personally because it's not really all that relevant to the music. And these are his words, not mine, he's boring looking and his looks don't match the music.
Interesting.
I think that maybe I spotted that on his Facebook page or something. Do I have that right?
Dead Rhetoric.
Okay.
Dead Rhetoric.
I don't know if that his anonymity plays an impact in how I received that music and how it washed over me. Mm-hmm. But I appreciate that it may have done that with you.
It did a little bit.
Yeah.
A little whole mystery thing. Because the whole album to me is like a mystery. Normally when I listen to something, and this is a little bit redundant, right? A lot of the songs are very similar, but from beginning to end, it had a little bit of a journey for me. It kind of just
arc.
It flowed very well to what was going on. For me,
I agree. Yeah. I liked the flow of the album from top to bottom.
Yeah.
There's definitely depth to him. I mean, there is a degree of, the sinister and maybe even sadness. But one of the quotes that I read was, I think Tobias Forge from Ghost is good. I think Nergal from Behemoth is excellent. They're almost like creative directors rather than being a virtuoso player. I feel like I'm more like that, just without any of their success. Again, thank you to Signals from Mars podcast for that. But I think that this anonymity allows him to be what he needs to be without the insecurity of being, as he put it, childish, a little bit childish, and a boring-looking person. And so, when you look at Nergal, he is a human being that looks like a demon. And then you put on the makeup and everything else, and Behemoth becomes Behemoth. Tobias Forge hides behind a mask. He looks like a nerd. He looks like a punk rock nerd that you would never believe is fronting a very large metal band,
power band. Yeah,
yeah, and so he kind of hides behind it. And sometimes masks allow, and we're in a professional world, you have to get up some days and put on a mask to be a certain role for a certain need for the business. And we all live that life together. For him, that's probably why there's a mask there. He can get over some insecurities behind a mask.
Makes sense.
What about standout tracks?
I have a few.
What's your top standout track?
Light the Witch would probably be my favorite. I loved Royal. I love The Distance, and Wake the Silent is incredible.
Derek?
Wake the Silent, it's heavy. It leaves the Tool inspiration behind and stands alone. I really enjoyed the chanting. It's heavy. It was a stank face moment for me. Loved it. Light the Witch, great chorus in that. Love the percussion. Golden, there's a reason why they released that song as a single. Drums are precise on that. Loved them. And then Departure is really heavy to end the album.
Yeah, Departure's another good one.
Really liked the ending to that. Those tracks to me stood kind of separated themselves from Tool, which I would like to see in the future. A lot of the other tracks were formulaic for Tool. I could hear Tool playing it. So those tracks definitely stood out. And
that sermon followed the Tool formula, you mean?
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. I thought Royal was Tool to a T. And I just, and frankly, I had a hard time getting over that hump. But once I found the tracks that were away from the Tool formula, which is the slow build and the drum heavy and mathematical, concoctions, if you will, I felt much better about listening to them.
I like how they started the album with The Great March. You had that little bit of an instrumental, just a little build up.
Yeah,
which
is
a short
great. Track, isn't it?
A very short track, maybe a minute and a half, not sure offhand.
Yeah, minute and a quarter.
Minute and a quarter. And then I love the build up. And you can almost sense where this album is going, right? Bam. It goes right into the next song, Light the Witch, and it just sets the pace for the entire album.
Royal, like I said, it's a strong way.
Yeah.
It comes out swinging.
Yeah, the drum arrangement on that song is incredible.
Yeah, solid drummer. What's James Stewart? Great player.
James Stewart.
For me, the standout is The Distance. That one really, really spoke to me. It's not necessarily a super complex track. Not to say that it's necessarily simple either, but there is a simplicity to it that really resonated. And it felt like there was sort of a hidden layer in the song, almost an inaudible kind of thing happening there that just felt like there was something really special to me. It was kind of a weird listening experience in the best way. And I don't quite understand why it made me feel the way it made me feel.
It's a powerful drum song. Maybe you just attracted to the drum sound on that?
Well, I kept trying to think of how to articulate what I was feeling. And it was like I got some kind of secret knowledge from listening to that song. Like, I don't know, like you figured out how the Egyptian pyramids were built or something, that just couldn't really quantify it. I felt like that with Light the Witch.
I felt like you could drive a convertible doing 200 miles an hour down 95 with that song.
To me, in my mind, that's a very complimentary thing. I think it speaks to the caliber of the album. There's a lot of fairly simple or relatively simple music out there that is basic in nature, and it just is crushing and awesome. And I love that shit. But there's something different about this. This was a hell of a pick, a hell of a find. I don't know where
I'm going to go back and listen to it just based on what you just said.
This album in total was, I think there's a little something special about this record that I haven't felt in the other albums that we've done podcasts about.
Very interesting.
So I think it was a strong find, and I'm glad you found it.
Yeah, me too.
That's what, I lost my train of thought earlier because you're rude and unthoughtful. Thoughtless? And see here, I've lost it again. All it took was you opening up your mouth.
You stare at me and it just goes away.
I know.
Well, you're we bubble with hate.
It's
whenever
amazing.
you get in that chair. You start running your...
when you have a thought,
so
just look at Derek. Don't look at you. You look at me and you lose it.
Honestly, if I had a chainsaw right now, he'd be a stump.
You just take him off at the knees to work your way up from there?
Yeah, I'd leave his head attached just so I can punch it while he bleeds out.
Oh, wait a minute. It's back. So, yeah, the fact we have discussed on numerous occasions, frankly, on almost every podcast we've done, that one of the cool things about this little project, the Shit Talk Reviews that we're doing, is that we keep coming across music that we not necessarily would not have come across without it.
Absolutely.
And is it possible that I or one of us would have come across this band and this album without this venture? Maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know. But this is another record that I'm excited to have experienced and found, learned about this band as a result.
I'm glad I'm glad. Good. That's awesome. That's what this is about, right?
Yeah, this will have a spot on playlists moving forward for me.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm happy I found it. I'm a fan.
Count me as a fan too.
Yeah.
And legitimately, Derek, would you count yourself as a fan of this, or is this one that you didn't hate, but you might not necessarily seek out again down the road?
I like it. I would like to see where they go.
Sure. You like it, don't love it.
There's a lot of bands, going back to what I used to do, there'd be a lot of bands that you'd see them come out and you can see their inspirations in their early works, and then they abandon it. And with music theory and time, and this as a musician and a producer, you start carving out your own niche. And your inspirations go in the background as you expand your horizons. And again, I'm not a musician, but I've just reviewed a ton of shit in my life. I think that these guys will take the better parts of what they do. Some of the formulaic stuff that is very Tool-esque will go away with time, I hope, because there's a ton of talent here, and if we were to do a grade, and I'll just say this, talent-wise, they're a 10. Mm-hmm. So let's see where they go.
Let's talk numbers.
Will it lose its appeal if him comes out and his identity?
It wouldn't. I can tell you, it won't for me.
Okay.
Not at all.
It wouldn't bother me either. But I think that's the mystery behind this, right? Obviously.
Yeah, because I'm a hack musician anyway. To me, I understand his desire to keep the mask on, because whether he's serious when he says that it adds mystique to the music, that's fine. Whether he thinks he's a funny looking dude and isn't confident in his looks, so he wears the mask, that's fine. I don't care. The mask is pretty badass. Yeah. Same thing with, what's his name from Ghost?
Tobias Forge.
Yeah, it looks like a badass.
Yeah, and I would argue that you'll probably see him come out with different masks and different looks and feels. And, it's a thing. Lately, there's been more and more bands that are wearing masks. And look at Sleep Token. Mm-hmm. They're another one that's
great band.
They blend hip-hop and metal, and you did a great review on it. They've got masks, and it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool that that's making a comeback. It does allow people to be something that they may not be or may not look like.
Sure. Look, there's a reason that this is an audio-only podcast and not video. And it has nothing to do with building mystique. It's because the three of us, maybe with the exception of David, are three of the most hideous people in Florida.
Absolutely.
Derek has a face for radio. Right? You brought it up.
Yeah, I didn't think you were going to
put it this
drive
way.
That nail into the ground so
Dave
so
has
quickly.
An attitude that can only be on a podcast, because if anybody gets in the same room with him,
that's true.
They will want to nail his hands to the wall,
Physical
his
violence.
ankles to the wall, and just start pummeling his face over and over, because he's such an asshole.
Let's score it.
Yes, let's score it. Let's start with Derek. Yeah.
Talent-wise, 10. I gave them a 6 for how original they are. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give them an 8.
That's a strong number. I'm giving them a 9. I love the record. I am a big fan of the record. I will acquiesce. It took me a bit of a slow burn, but I was maybe halfway through the record on my first listen, 3/4 the way through, and it started to click with me. And as soon as I started the second spin, I was like, oh, shit. Okay. Now I get it.
Yeah.
And I've played it a lot over the last week. And so it's a hard 9 for me. I'm a fan.
I hate to agree with John, but I am a huge fan of these guys. Absolutely love the album. I'm going with a 9.
Very good.
Yeah, I really am.
Solid
I love
numbers.
them. I can't wait to see what's on the horizon for this band. I can't.
Well, the first record was 2019.
2019, right? Yeah.
So
The Birth of Marvelous.
So we may have to wait a while.
Yeah.
For the next one.
I know I said it. I'll say it again. This is to date my best find. I've loved
I'll ask you the question Derek will often ask me.
Yeah.
Is this a contender for album of the year for you?
Hands down.
Really?
No doubt. Yes.
That's high praise.
Yes, sir, it is.
As far as coming from somebody from New Jersey.
Love it. I love the album. I'm going to continue to listen to it. John, who's up next for the next review?
I am up next.
There is a lot of pressure on you following this.
Well, thank you.
You
There
are
wasn't
such an asshole.
There wasn't
There is
pressure
some
until
pressure.
just now.
Yes, there's some pressure following.
Well, I was going to hold off on sharing what the next record is going to be, but because you've put the pressure on, we are going to be reviewing the latest album by Ed Sheeran.
I quit.
Oh, goody.
Sorry, Ed. I don't even know when you released your last album. I know you've got problems at home with your neighbors, so
Yeah.
you know it won't be Ed Sheeran. I'm sorry to disappoint the Ed Sheeran fans that might tune into this mindless
I've
podcast.
lost interest. I got to go carve this booger out of my head. Let's go. Let's end this.
Good enough. Thanks much. We appreciate you all checking in with us and can't wait to yell at each other again for your pleasure next time. Thanks much. See ya.